Welcome to a flawless
We are locked
edition of BackChat, powered
Press
by
the
Paywise.
switch, you fool.
Jaiden and Jaiden's been talking up a big game for the last hour and a half. Jaiden's been talking around the office. The boys need you in. Sitting at the chairs just after 4, completely locked in. We're so ready to go.
Me and Jaiden
the
have
Jack
been locked
Buckley
in.
medal is so locked in. No questions asked. Don't need to measure it twice. We are so ready to go. And we've just started the podcast. The mics aren't on. Jaiden's got us live on the wrong Instagram channel. But anyways,
we're switched on to me and Hamish. You're meant to introduce us.
Yeah, just sitting there. The mics are off.
He's laughing.
What's happening?
Is this opposite day?
Are we good to go?
Jaiden are locked in.
You guys
You're locked off. The door's open and people are flooding into the house.
We locked in.
No, the locks are off.
No, we're in. We dialed in.
People on YouTube are just unsure of what's happening here, but that's fine. There's more comments to come.
Are the comments coming in saying, geez, you boys are locked?
Yeah, they're
Boys
saying
are
you
just
guys
that
are locked
dialed
in. Yeah, dialed in.
We're changing the name, everybody.
Yeah.
It's on the back chat.
The Locked In podcast.
The Locked On Pod, daily podcast for your favourite team.
Nah, we're on. We're switched on.
Boys, welcome to, after a fascinating weekend of footy. Hamish, firstly,
Powered by Paywise,
I like to,
yeah,
we are
obviously.
powered by
We're
Paywise,
locked in.
powered by
Locked in by Paywise.
powered by Hammer.
Yeah, powered by me. We're powering Simo. So what else?
They're powering West Coast, which we're powering West Coast.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's always
Simo's
been
on
the
Fox
case.
Footy, so we're powering Fox Footy.
That's always been the case.
That's always
though.
been the case,
Us
yep.
being in charge of West Coast.
Frank has been over, so the CEO of Paywise has been over in America watching the WWE, so paying for a ticket there to WrestleMania.
And the NBA
we powered
finals.
WrestleMania. We're powering the NBA finals.
Yes.
Aren't we
Doesn't the UFC own the
WWE,
wrestling
so
now?
we're powering the UFC.
which will be in Perth later this year.
So we're powering
Correct.
Well, I already am. It's full circle.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Welcome. Hammy boy.
Does anyone need a reset? Like,
No,
does
no,
everyone feel?
I'll
I feel
I'm just
good.
going to take a
I
quick
feel
breath.
I feel great.
Hamish, you got a parcel today
yeah.
to the studio, and now you're putting an item on your head,
Yeah.
and Jaden's got the camera on me.
No, here we go.
Nice.
A Kanga TV hat.
That's nice.
Thanks for your order. I didn't actually place one. To my positive Delulu, I imagine that's maybe delusional.
I think it's
Delulu,
No,
maybe a
it's
little slang term.
A bit of love.
A little bit of love. To my positive Delulu, North Melbourne supporting Spirit Animal Hammer. Thank you for all you do for us North fans, keeping us sane and in good spirits through the emotional roller coaster that is supporting this club. Here's to celebrating a few wins soon. Go Roos, love Marns from Kanga TV.
Well done.
Shout out Marns at Kanga TV. Because I'll tell you what, it's been a fucking roller coaster of a ride being a North supporter.
Most of the time down.
Horribly down.
And it's a
There's
bloody
not-
good hat.
It was like this.
It's not really a roller coaster.
It's one of those roller coasters that.
This is a plunger.
No. Have you ever been on the giant drop?
Yeah.
It used to be at Dream. It just took you all the way up and then just dropped.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to a woman who pissed herself on that one time. It was horrible. She was pregnant. Shouldn't have gone on there. Anyway, so that's what it's like being on
Did
that.
a water break? Or
Yeah,
did
no.
piss?
She just pissed her pants. And then it's like we get to stages where we do a loop, like the big loop to loop, and then instead of going all the way around, we just stop at the top and fall out of the coaster.
Did you ever play
Don't
Roller
have the
Coaster
harness in.
Tycoon, that game? Roller Coaster Tycoon?
No.
It's sort
I
of
did.
like The Sims,
It was like Sims.
but for theme parks. And you could like curate a roller coaster, and then you'd start the roller coaster with people on it, then you'd get rid of sections of the roller coaster.
I think it's more like Magic Mountain every year. You know, like the Magic Mountain one where you go, you crank up, and then you go through like where they're all singing and like carrying on through the caves, and then you pop out and you down lava.
Yeah.
Down.
Anyone ever seen Rick and Morty? You seen that show?
No.
It's like that episode where they go to that planet that has the like invincibility sphere around it, so like you can't die in there. And there's this roller coaster, the Wingy Whirly. Anyway,
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick, not the same episode, but anyway, they just die on this roller coaster.
So being a Kangaroos fan is like
being on a
dying.
roller coaster that's dying. You're dying on the roller coaster and coming back to life and redoing it every week.
Perfect.
But we're here for it. It's fun.
Well, that's great.
When you say that you're locked in, Jaiden, like, so I haven't got to speak about this, right?
Yeah, no,
because
we're
I'll let
locked
you talk about it,
He's
Dan. I'll let you
rattled.
talk about Hamish. When Jaiden, you say you're locked in, you've got a mic over there now.
I got a mic here.
Can you just define what that means? Because I don't think I've ever seen you so fucking far off it to start a show.
he's rattled.
Yeah, you literally haven't. I don't think, mate. The lighting is like that far above us that I can't see Hammer's face when he's switched to him. You haven't been on the right Insta. You've got the switching is so far off the mark because you're still trying to log into Instagram over there.
I just got an email asking to verify our login. Verify. Do you need me to verify something? Do you need the code?
Would you like to speak for yourself because you've had a howler?
We're
I'll
live
send
on
you the
YouTube,
code,
and that's
mate.
the main thing. TABtouch later on. We're going to be We're locked in.
We're so locked.
Yeah, we're just so locked.
No, we are. We're dialed in.
There you go, Jaiden. I've just sent you the code. Bloody hell.
I've
Talking
got
about locked in,
I've got it. I'm locked in.
I just shush up
Yeah,
now.
we're
Turn your
away.
phone off. You absolutely haven't had it. Now, you told me, I said, mate, you got any non-podcast related news for us?
Yep.
You've been going to trivia nights. Well, specifically one trivia night.
Yeah, well, we're no longer... Are we still friends with the Paddo? Paddington Ale House?
We're not
Distant relatives.
Yeah. Distant relatives. Well, I went to the quiz night there on last Wednesday.
Good time?
Shit time. Duck's Nuts. You ever heard of
It's
that?
usually a good quiz night, and it
Usually
gets
a great
packed
quiz
on a
night.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, it's packed.
It's busy.
The Duck's Nuts quiz night. And
So just to make this clear, this is not our exclusive live events partner, the Leadville
No,
Precinct.
not anymore. Not anymore. No. The shout out Leadville Hotel and the Leadville Precinct. A great spot. I'm sure this would never have happened there.
Okay.
Anyway, I was at the Paddington and there's a quiz night. They're split into 4 rounds. General knowledge, another general knowledge. Then there's a music round and another general knowledge. The music round, I like to get animated. I like to be up and about as soon as it stops. Like I like to sing along. I like to get going with the music. And
I'm not sure I know what that meant. Does it make sense to you? What do you mean?
Oh, so as in like if there's a song,
play the song?
They play
the song, and
I'll
I'll be sort of singing along and screaming to it a little bit and enjoying myself.
Are you, once they finish playing it, you're like, oh, I didn't know that was the Beatles? Like, are you throwing out
No,
deliberate
I'm not
wrong
throwing out
answers?
anything like that, but like I'll go for it.
And you're like, it's raining, man. You just chuck it
Yeah,
on.
I'll just
Hallelujah.
yeah.
Okay.
If it's anyway, I'm
Pink
doing
or
that sort of
something?
stuff. Like it's raining, man. Anyway, it's like I'll just do it out of nowhere and just like really just explode. Gets a laugh out of the table, gets a laugh out of a few people around me, and enjoy myself having fun at a quiz night, which is not criminal, is it? Didn't think that was
it's the
criminal.
whole purpose
The
of
whole
it.
purpose of quiz night was
It's,
having fun.
it's sounding like you've got criminal charges pending.
Anyway. So I in the round before, I knew we were on for a tough night. This quiz, the lady who was running this quiz, there was 2 of them. One of them whose name I can't remember is the woman in question who was in the wrong. Anyway,
Just be respectful.
I am being very respectful.
Thank you.
I'll tell you off air how the conversation went afterwards. It was not a respectful conversation. Anyway, we went and there was a question in the second round, which was a general knowledge question. I threw a Hail Mary out there to our group, and I said it was like, lock it in. I guarantee you it's correct. I had no idea. The question was how many points is the blue ball worth in pool or snooker?
5.
6.
I had none of us had ever played really.
It's 5.
And I said, 5, lock it in.
Oh, no,
guaranteed.
that's yellow.
Yeah, it was 5. And I said, guaranteed it's 5.
Is it 6? I think it's 6.
Anyway, got to the answers, it was 5. And our table erupted. And I heard her, as the quiz master, reading, just mouth, shut up, to our table. And I was like,
Yuck.
okay, darling, here we go. We're in for a bit of, is this how it's going to be? That, I took that personally. So in the music round, I was giving it a bit
Michael
more.
Jordan.
Anyway, she, at the end, like, we've got through the quiz round, got through the music round, handed our thing over, and I get the quiz. You have to trade sheets. Get the sheet back from the guy behind us, and he goes, "Oh, the lady has like disqualified you for being too loud. Like we can't give you any answers."
What, another team
Another team has
disqualified you?
No. So the
get a
lady,
warning at
no.
least?
So the
Just
lady,
go over, guys.
yeah, she said, "Come on." She's like, "Shut up," basically telling us to shut up throughout the thing, and I took
This
it.
feels
personally.
a very one-sided
Yeah.
way of
Yeah.
explaining
No,
what
no,
actually
she was-
happened.
she was
But-
telling-
Like Friday's
She was like,
happy hour.
"Shut
We
up,
need to get
man."
her on the show.
No, she was telling me to shut up, and I kept going. Anyway, she disqualified us, and he was like, the guy who gave me the sheet back was like, sorry, mate, it's bullshit. She's told us we can't give you the scores. I've still ticked all your right answers, but she's given you a fail, and she's disqualified you. Anyway, she ran around, took all the answers from the group, and I called her over, and I said, excuse me, like, are you serious? She goes, yeah. I was like, what for? Is it a crime? Am I not allowed to have fun at a quiz night? What the fuck's the point of this? And she goes, you were being loud, and we've got old people here who can't hear. And I said, I was singing after the song stopped. Points of the song that don't exist. She's like, and I was like, I wasn't being disrespectful, was I? She goes, it's not about respect. Oh, actually, yes, it is. And I then said some things that I regretfully said, but we move on. Anyway, I'm never going back. Fuck the Ducks Nuts quiz. The chick who was running it was shit as fuck and ruined the quiz night. Respectfully ruined the quiz night.
Allegedly.
If the quiz night is there, if we're going there to have fun and enjoy ourselves, have a few drinks, I've been booted for enjoying myself.
Do you know what I think happened? I think she was a bit pissed off at you. And I reckon another team's gone over and go, can you please tell that other
You know
team?
what?
Nah,
Quiz
she said-
teams are pretty.
I would have done that. If
I'll tell
I
you
heard
what,
you over there,
Dan, that's
I would
the
have
guy
said,
that would have done
excuse me, that guy over there is incredibly
She was
loud
off me
and
from
it's
the start.
ruining the night.
She was a bit politically correct, and she was off me from my team name.
What was it? What was it? Can you say what?
Stevie Wonder's driving school.
I mean,
it was between. It was either that or Stephen Hawking's School of Interpretive Dance. And I decided on the driving school. Anyway, that's what it is. I'm never going back there again. So shout out to Ducks Nuts.
Let's get into the show.
All right, well, let's get into some stuff.
That was a footy.
Yeah, let's talk some footy. And we'll go to this first topic, which, Hammer, you're already a bit fired up.
Oh,
we'll see
fuck's sake,
we'll see if this gets you going even further. Paul Curtis is facing a 3-game suspension after his tackle on Josh Sinn caused a concussion. The Kangaroos will be challenging this at the MRO. Hammer, how many weeks is Curtis getting?
None. He gets none. And in fact, what the AFL should do is they should give him a credit. You know, in a footy fine system where, like, you can get a fine or you can get a credit for doing something.
So, like, a hammer band to do drunk, and then you're like, but I was out till 5 a.m.
Yeah, credit. I get snagged.
You're banned from the quiz now.
The next $10 fine you get, Hammer, is off. He should get a 2-week credit for the way that they've treated him. It's bullshit. All he has done is just lay a stock standard tackle, nothing in it. It's just a tackle. He didn't dump him. He just tackled the bloke. And he's got it's bullshit.
He's literally, does it have anything to do with the fact that he's the Kangaroos' best player right now?
Of course, yeah, it hurts. Certainly hurts.
He's unbelievable.
He's the best player. He's the best small forward in the comp. He's all Australian small forward right now.
Yeah.
Without a doubt in my mind.
You have a 3-week holiday.
No, he won't. He'll have a 2-week credit. He can't get suspended for this.
As much as I'd like to keep prodding the bear and disagreeing with you, this is outcome over action 101. If Paul Curtis's opponent in Sinn isn't unconscious, then this is a great tackle, a chase down tackle. Tom Liberatore did this the weekend before, and I said it's the greatest moment of the year.
To Brad Hill.
Run down tackle, Brad Hill tackled him. Brad Hill doesn't hit his head. Yep. Right, that's the outcome. It's the same tackle, and Curtis is copping 3 weeks. It is a joke.
I would say it's even closer to the Nick Watson tackle on Harley Reid. It's exactly the same on Harley Reid, and the AFL praised it. They put best tackle, whatever.
What about last year when Pat Dangerfield bounced Sam Walsh's head off the turf? Like, you saw it bounce a foot in the air.
Outcome.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Sam's fine.
Outcome.
And it was Pat Dangerfield, so whatever. We're not going to suspend him.
It's outcome. If you just did action over outcome, we would have none of these conversations.
How many weeks did Dan Houston get for jumping up and elbowing, shouldering a bloke in the face?
3.
So this is the same thing, is it?
Correct.
This is the same. This is just as bad. A tackle that we're turning into touch football. It's just stupid. It's so dumb. It's bullshit. I hate it.
I've got a YouTube comment for you. Okay. It's not a super, but it's relevant to this. It's from Joshua White, Scully and Hammer. Genuine question for you. You're a big advocate of action over outcome.
Yes.
Would you suspend Gov for his bump on Watson? The action is a bump. No concussion or head impact is the outcome.
Yeah, see, I think Gov could get a week for that because of the action. It's a late bump. He's effectively hit him straight up and down the middle. And in terms of action, that's more likely to cause injury in action than a tackle. A tackle is more a part of the game than a bump. Gov could have not bumped him quite easily.
Yeah, but if Gov doesn't bump him, he just gets around and gets a second handball receive.
No, he doesn't, because he kicked it over his head. Gov could have... Look, hey, I'm not going to go on sledge the players here, but if you're asking both players, Curtis and McGovern, what's easier to not do? If Curtis doesn't tackle him...
Gov lined him up.
Then the game's gone.
Gov absolutely lined him up.
Gov could have... stopped. Could have done that, which I don't blame Gov for.
Yep.
But if you ask him for it, I reckon the action, Gov's is worse.
Yeah, Gov's is certainly worse.
But he hasn't got anything. Gov hasn't got anything, as he shouldn't have.
Fozjam on YouTube says the AFL saying that Curtis should have let him go. What the actual heck are the hoofing on about?
Wait till the lawyers get into this. Wait till the lawyers get in. So North have challenged this, haven't they?
Yeah, they have to.
Wait until the lawyer... I plead everyone. I do it every week because I laugh at it. Read through, David Zeta does a great job of it. Read through the justification and the arguments they put to each other. It is the biggest bunch of bullshit you will ever see. Two lawyers going head to head.
Technicalities.
Yeah, tell you what I can guarantee. So this will be in the AFL's defence. I can guarantee it. So remember when Nick Nat got told that he should have calculated his height and weight versus Carl Amon?
Yeah.
Paul Curtis will have to have... He needed to calculate the fact that he can bench press 160. That'll be in there. He's so strong, he needed to calculate his own strength. That will be in there. And it's just the dumbest thing ever. Yes, he can bench press 160. Yes, he's our best fucking player. But I can't fathom this.
I guarantee you'll see the term reasonable player in a way that a reasonable player would act. Paul Curtis is a reasonable player because he's run down and chased a player down from behind and tackled him. That's what a reasonable player does. An unreasonable player would not tackle their opponent.
It's just the stupidest. Does Liam Ryan get suspended?
What did he do? Oh,
he kneed Jack Scrimshaw on the back of the head, trying to take a hanger.
If he hasn't got suspended, has he?
No, he hasn't, and he wouldn't. He shouldn't. But Jack Scrimshaw got concussed, was bleeding, and was out of the game.
Mate, I saw 2 actions in the Hawthorn West Coast that are way worse than Paul Curtis. Jack Ginnivan kicked someone twice.
Yeah, that was
literally
bad.
In the nuts.
He kicked Jack Owen in the nuts, and then again, like in the legs. Now there'll be no outcome to that. You can't kick people.
No.
And then seriously, that's as dog as it gets. Harley, as much as I love him, mate, he's dropped an elbow straight into the back of John Newcomb's head. His head was face down,
and elbowed him in the head.
Mate,
that's
you
12-6.
You can't.
John Jones got disqualified for that. Lost his only ever fight.
Correct, mate. They are terrible actions. Yet Paul Curtis is going to be sitting there going, "Oh, yeah, what did you do? Oh, I just ran down and put a lead defensive pressure."
I just tackled a guy. Remember when, I put this in the letter that I wrote last year. Jesse Hogan's in the goal square on camera, swung at a guy's face and missed him by this much. Yeah. And the comment was, it wasn't reasonably forceful enough. So he's tried to fucking punch a bloke in the face.
Outcome over action.
Patrick Dangerfield swung his hand and hit, I don't know who was in the hand, and the guy's a broken hand.
Did he? I didn't say that.
Yes, it's just that was in the so he's come out today. He's got a broken hand. It's because Danger swung his hand back and hit it.
I don't. So here's what I don't get. The AFL,
Silvani, he's got a broken hand.
They protect. Okay, so Paddy Cripps gets off a couple of years ago. Windsor Brownlow, because let's get him going. Maynard doesn't get suspended. They want Collingwood to win a flag. They win a flag. Paddy Dangerfield's the AFLPA president. He bounces a guy's head off the ground. Should have got reported. Doesn't. Why do you not care how shit we've been for fucking years that our number one player has just tackled a bloke? 3 weeks.
Is this Bono Chat?
This is Bono Chat. We've been so shit. Stop giving handouts to the good teams. What about us?
You've had priority picks.
Yeah, I know we've had priority picks, but we've finally got a guy who's working and doing good things, and we're going to fucking give him 3 weeks for tackling a guy. Seriously. Next thing you're going to get, Harry Sheasel's going to get 3 weeks for kicking in. You shouldn't have done that, Harry. You played on from the goal square 3 weeks. Well, Tristan Sherry, your helmet was you strapped your helmet on too tight. 3 weeks. Dry Simpkin, you're leading the boys too well. 3 weeks. Nick Larkey, you took a really good mark. Took that too well. Too good of a forward. 3 weeks.
You should have won the game on the weekend, by the way.
LDU signed for 6 years. Well, how about 3 weeks?
You should have won.
That's just bullshit.
You should have won on the weekend.
Of course we should have. We're on a roller coaster where we just die every week as fans. And I'm sick of it.
Okay, well, to give the roller coaster a bit of a break, we will come back to the boners very shortly.
We'll come back for more boner chat.
We'll come back for more boner chat. But let's go to
I can already see it in the lineup
Sunday's game as well. Tom Barrass found his way to the Hawthorn forward line in yesterday's final quarter against the Eagles, which has caused a stir amongst West Coast fans. Will, do you buy that TB could potentially be used as a forward, or is this just a giant troll from Sam Mitchell?
It is the troll of all trolls. There is no way in the world that Tom Barrass kicked 1 goal for his career off a 50-metre penalty. I was there that day, his 100th game.
He smoked it from 55.
We called it on the podcast that it was going to happen. Yeah. We should have put our life savings on the fact of it happening. It would have been paid 700 to 1. He is not going to play forward again this year. And the only reason he will is for Sam Mitchell to cover his tracks and say, see, we are testing him as a swingman.
And it'll be the next time they play West Coast.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. James Sicily is their swingman. Yeah. Tom Barrass is the ex-vice captain of West Coast. And Sam Mitchell thought, sucked in, you can't even get your captain a game in the forward line. I'm going to play my guy, which I stole, in the forward line, which we're never going to do it again. The only way this could have been better for Sam Mitchell is if Tom Barrass took a mark on Oscar Allen and kicked a set shot goal, which he did. He barely touched it when he went forward. Because he's not a forward. He's a backman.
I thought it was just clear that he obviously wanted TB to have a chat with Oscar during the game, just to sort of, how good's this, mate? Your team's shit. We're good and going well. How about you just come over? But they put Oscar down back, so he thought, well, let's go and let TB go and find him. But it was just pure disrespect in the best way possible. Hey, mate, we've come over, we've had a chat with your best player at a wedding, we've had a chat with your captain at their house, and now I'm just putting your ex-vice captain in full forward when we're 50 points up.
I've heard respect thrown around. This has nothing to do with respect.
It's disrespectful, but that's the point.
Yeah,
it's meant to be disrespectful because that's the troll.
It is.
It's like what we used to, when in basketball, like men's D grade, I would do the tip off just to mess with the other team.
It's like
But that doesn't mean you disrespect the other side.
Yeah, we don't like them. You know what? We don't like.
There's a difference between not liking someone and disrespecting them, and I think Sam Mitchell doesn't like West Coast. I don't think that's had anything to do with respect.
They don't deserve his respect.
Yeah, correct. But this
so he's doing it just to troll them.
Yeah, correct. The trolling isn't disrespect. I just think that, no respect for West Coast. Why would you?
He could barely keep a straight face when they asked him about it in the presser. Yeah, he was trying to pretend like it was a tactic.
People crying about it.
He should have said,
seriously,
he should have just said,
Tom Barrass a contract. He would still have him in the bloody club. maybe.
Anything else that you saw from the West Coast Hawks game before we move on? Because we're probably not going to talk about this game again.
Speaking of, so TB went forward. I think they should put Oscar back forward.
They should troll everyone by putting Oscar back in the forward line.
He did not, he's not a defender. Not a fullback.
Yeah, I loved watching Oscar play in the back line because he would have trained for the last 8 years constantly for not 1 minute as a backman. And then they've gone, we've got to get him going. We'll put him in the back line. I tell you what, it's pretty fucking hard to be a backman in the AFL. You make one mistake. Goal. I saw 3 mistakes for Oscar Allen. You know what happened? Goals. You see mistakes from Oscar Allen at the other end. There's 16 contests before he gets up the other side.
The Charlie goose step was like...
See you later.
Oh, boy. That was a dream shake. That was a dream shake.
It was just
this isn't a crack at Oscar. It's like a crack at all forwards in the history of the game. Have fun down the other end because you won't make one mistake. You miss a set shot at goal, the other team gets a kick in. Like, no one cares. Missing a set shot at goal is like getting goose stepped like Chol did, except one's a goal and the other, nothing happens. You actually get something. Yeah, you get a point.
It's tough.
You get a point. You don't get zero.
Yeah, you get a point.
You add something to the score. Thanks for trying. Good work forwards.
I don't understand what the
Does Oscar dye his hair? Does he dye his hair?
What's
it looks
going on
darker.
His beard's so black.
His beard was dark.
His beard looks jet black.
Maybe he's just got like...
And it was like the chin strap. He looked like the Dagestani UFC fighters. He looked like Khabib out there. Just with his chin strap beard.
I would say it wasn't a good look. I'll tell you what else isn't a good look. I'm not a fan of the rat tail on Conor McDonald.
Oh yeah, I heard you say this on the shelter this morning.
I hate it.
I'd yank it. If I tackled him to the floor, I'd be pulling it as hard as I possibly can.
You like it?
I don't love it. No, I don't love it.
Oh, and then
why are you protecting him?
No, I'm just trying to think.
Is he your best mate?
No, I'm just trying to think if I don't like it or not. Like I don't love it. I've got a 2 all over my head, so I probably wouldn't go the rat.
I mean,
I should grow a rat's tail.
I've grown one.
You could still have a rat's tail.
I'm going to
choose to cut the back.
Have a look at what a Hungarian whip is if you listen to this. That's what I had.
Is it just going to be a picture of a cock if I'd Google it? The Hungarian whip, it's just
a blue waffle.
Nude Hungarian dude.
If you're up by 40 points and you get a very soft 50-meter penalty, you kick a goal in the goal square, you're not running to the crowd and giving a celly.
That's embarrassing.
I would ask this about the back line with Oscar Allen. Why is it more important to play Oscar Allen right now or just get games into Harry Edwards? Why would you drop Harry Edwards to play Oscar Allen in the back line?
Because Harry Edwards...
Let him have 100 goals kicked on him.
I was in Harry Edwards land, to start the year. Harry's in very poor form.
Yeah, but Oscar's not a better backman than Harry Edwards. And if you want to get someone into form, you got to play him in the right spot.
Yeah. I was like, why are you dropping Harry 2 weeks ago? And then watched him play against Aston, and I was like, I can see why they dropped him.
Yeah, but I remember Darren Glass early days of Darren Glass. It was rough, but then you just keep playing.
If you're telling me Harry Edwards is Darren Glass,
well, at the time Darren Glass was woeful, and every time it was near the ball, it was shit. And then he kept playing, and became one of the best backmen of all time. Get some games with Harry Edwards. Stop dropping him. Who cares? We're not going to win games.
Play Luca. It's not
bad. Mate, he had 12 disposals on the
he's probably locking down someone. His opponent probably had 0.
He was like Jaiden locking in.
1,200% more touches than he
was locked in.
That's enough about West Coast. Let's go back to the bonus. It was a tough day for the Kangaroos against Port Adelaide, but perhaps it was toughest for former Docker Darcy Tucker, who put up the season's first donut before being subbed out after 97 minutes on the ground. Hammer, how would Darcy be feeling today?
97 minutes he was on there.
Darcy would be feeling a bit like me. Darcy would be feeling a bit like me. Yeah, some pressure acts.
0 meters gained.
It was tough. It was a tough watch.
There would be times where players are told, don't worry about your touches because you got
mate, don't worry about your touches. A bit like sometimes you got to worry about your touches. At halftime me and Jack Buckley actually keep up to date on Donut Watches. It's one of our favourite things to text about.
So it's a new segment.
Donut Watch. Anyway, I text Jack.
Welcome to BackChat. Donut Watch.
Welcome to BackChat.
Brought to you by Jack Buckley.
Brought to you by Jack Buckley.
Powered by Paywise, which means we're powering GWS.
Donut King.
So I text Jack and I said, mate, I know you'll be preparing for a game, but halftime, we're on Donut Watch. Darcy Tucker yet to touch a ball.
So does this happen regularly?
Not very regularly, but if it gets to halftime of a game and someone hasn't touched it, you can bet I'll get a text or Jack will get a text.
Tom Cole, before he got dropped, had 0.
It'll be I'll get a text, he'll get it. The text will go out at about the halftime mark if someone's on a donut.
Right.
Anyway, it got to like the third quarter, late in the third quarter, and I was watching, and I was very intrigued. More so, obviously we were tight in the game, and it was going close, but I was on Tucker Watch, and like I was just waiting to see the 13 in the screen. There's a couple where he like got stepped around, missed a tackle, and like there was one that someone airballed it to him, and it would have gone like 30 centimeters over his hands, and I was like, oh, there goes one. And at this point, I'm like, I'd love North to win this, but I hate to say this as a North fan, but I was rooting for the donut. I was on donut watch. So got to 3/4 time, and I'm like, we're still on here. I went, was at the game, at my game on Saturday night, watching the twos, but also watching donut watch. And then 5 minutes into the fourth quarter, having not touched the nurry, Darcy Tucker's come to the bench and gone and sat at the back row. And like, the one game I played of AFL, I was shit. Like, I did nothing. Yeah. I kicked a point, had 5 touches, was dog shit.
How many did you have? 5?
5 touches, but like, it was a win and celebrated the fucking house down. Like, and I knew that I had more beers than I had touches in the rooms after the game. Was pissed with the speaker going home on the bus, and like, I can't imagine the feeling of Darcy Tucker stepping into the back, like, because you haven't touched it. I knew exactly how many touches I had.
Oh yeah.
5 is 5. 0, you've gone nowhere near.
Oh
it.
yeah.
And so he'd be sitting in the back just being like, well, fuck. I'm just thinking back, like, I didn't get that. Oh, I mean, I had the ball there, got tackled, fumbled that went out of bounds. I looked at the ball there for a second. That doesn't count, actually. I tackled a guy. No, he got rid of it. I missed that ball off the ground. I dropped the mark. I've had no touches of the ball. I've got through a game and haven't introduced myself to the Sharon once.
Just for a bit of context. So
it's hard to do.
I played 194 games, and at times I was a very dour backman. Real dour.
You still find a way.
Worst I've ever had is 3. I've done that twice, 3 touches.
Yeah.
But we won both games, and one of them I was subbed off.
Yep.
That's as bad as it gets for me. To have 0.
It's tough.
Was he on a wing?
He was on a wing.
I think in the midfield.
I think he was wing and then halfback, and just could not find it.
Boy, like, it gets to the point, I think, that you're starting to just ball hunt, like just.
You're ignoring every message.
Fuck structure, Clarko, piss off. The runner's coming out. Get off. No, just giving him the double bird. I'm finding.
Just get it and just kick it out of bounds. Do anything.
You're going up to. I remember
kick in.
I played a game of waffle when I was at West Coast against Claremont and had 4 touches of the ball. And was just like, I went up to Fraser McInnes the start of the next day and said, Fraser, if I run past you, just give it to me. I need to find this ball to start the game. I need to get myself going. You're going up to LDU. You're going up to Jibe. Like, I haven't touched it. Just please
help me out.
For fuck's sake, get me in the game. And to their credit, they tried to, but he couldn't.
To their credit, they subbed him off.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a tough day to watch for young Tux. And the only thing that I could say, Nick Larkey had a donut on his very first game of AFL.
Did he?
And look where he's at now. So hopefully this is the start of better things for Tux.
So he's Coleman medalist in taking Darcy Tucker.
Hammer, what time do we have you till today?
Nah, you got me for not much longer, but I'll find a way.
Well, I feel like we need to get to a very important segment then.
Should we jump straight to it?
Are we locked in? Are we here? Yeah, we're fucking locked.
You've got the touch.
You got the power.
Okay.
That was what I was doing, by the way, at the quiz night, and I got kicked out for it.
Were you doing the TABtouch song?
No, but that's the level that I was getting to when I was singing. All right. We're so long.
Do we need any context?
The context is I missed, so because we mucked up last week, we didn't do the votes because I mucked up, Jaiden mucked up, and the game was Monday afternoon and we did pre-record. So it was like, okay, we're not going to do it. I said I was going to film it on the Tuesday, didn't.
This is the BackChat Backman of the Year.
BackChat Backman of the Year, the Jack Buckley medal. So we've got 2 rounds to do. We've got rounds 6 and round 7. So like going back to, if you can think the Easter weekend, that's round 6. This weekend just gone was round 7. I'm going to whiz through the round 6 votes to get to this week, just to catch everyone up.
Sure.
With 1 vote was Jacob Wiedering. He was really good. With 2 votes was Tom McDonald. He was excellent. 3 votes, Mac Andrew. What a game he played. 4 votes.
I can't remember any of these.
4 votes. This guy was really good. I got an Instagram message saying, if this bloke doesn't get 5 votes, the algorithm's fucked. Nick Floston.
Got 4.
Got 4.
I had almost world record intercept marks. Was very
exceptional, but it was only beaten by 1 other guy, and that was Sam Taylor, who was our leader.
Makes sense.
And all I will have to say, this is at the end of round 6. This was our leaderboard. Taylor on 16.
And that's
Collins
correct.
Paint. That's correct up to round 6.
Sam Taylor's on 16.
He's flying.
I feel like he wasn't on 11. Okay,
he was on 11, and now he's on 16. The only thing I would say to the Nick Vlosten, Sam Taylor debate from last week, it's a great list. Sam Taylor was involved. So the whole idea of the Jack Buckley medal algorithm is that it will measure dour defence to a T. If you are a dour defender and you play the art of a dour defender well, you score.
Yeah. Nick Dacos is running around a half-back flank. He's not getting
Nick Martin.
So
Nick Martin.
Remember back to the week. Remember back to last week. That game that Sam Taylor played in was like 53-26.
Dour.
That is a dour game of football. Yeah, so Nick Vlosten was exceptional and got 4 votes, but the dourness of that game probably got Sammy over.
They both got big votes.
They got both.
Is that his first votes for the season?
Yeah, they were Vlosten's first votes. So well done, Vlosten.
Could be first votes ever.
It could be his first votes ever. Anyway, we move to this round. Now, this round was full of votes and full of good performances, but only 5 can get in the fray.
Gee, this is a well-run machine at the moment.
I told you we're locked in, didn't we? We are so locked in.
Not a mistake, yep.
With 1 vote
Can't
from the Melbourne Football Club is gets the 3 votes here. Now, Jaiden, in and amongst our texting of like, we locked in tonight, he goes, just a question, Connor O'Sullivan, Mackay and Curnow both kicked 3 in this game. And I said, don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
Because they have to kick 4 or more.
You got to kick, you got to kick 4 or more on opponent, 5 or more of anyone in the forward line.
He must have played well because they lost.
No, he didn't play on either of them. So De Koning was playing on Curnow, and then Stewart was running around and playing, and then Atkins was there. Anyway, he was not on. He was on someone.
Atkins was not.
No, he was not there.
Atkins was a midfielder.
Connor O'Sullivan was
Dangerfield.
Connor O'Sullivan was on someone else and just tore the game in half.
Right.
Was the only reason they were anywhere near it.
I don't doubt it.
So you don't doubt it, and you shouldn't doubt it because that's the votes.
Must be it.
Now this guy, with 4 votes, I think you look at the Anzac Day game between Essendon and Collingwood. Steele Sidebottom got heaps of votes. Nick Dacos got plenty of votes. Josh Dacos got plenty of votes. This guy got left out, which I just found ridiculous because if you were serious about voting, your dour defence gets it. Jeremy Howe, did you watch this game?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I did actually.
Just defence. This guy has gone from being the high-flying forward of all time to now just an animal down back.
You know who's done that? Age.
Yeah, he can't.
He's more angry, slower.
And just is a defender. And you watched the game on the weekend, and he probably wasn't as good as Steele Sidebottom, but geez, he was good.
Yeah.
He was fucking exceptional.
If they were serious with the voting, they would have given him the medal.
Yeah.
The Anzac medal.
The Anzac medal. If they were serious with it, he'll get 3 votes in the Brownlow for that. No, he won't. Now, this guy right here. This guy, so if you look on the board, we've had 3 first vote getters for the season. The guy who's about to get 5 votes is getting his first votes of the season.
Straight into the
big legs. Carlton versus Geelong. You look at this game and you think Carlton have beaten West Coast, they've beaten North. Are they any good? I'll tell you what, they were only good because one man.
Can I guess? Because I haven't seen this.
Yep, you can have a guess.
Jack Silvani?
It's not Jack Silvani. It's not Jack Silvani.
I saw champion data rankings and they had Wiedering 3 and Silvani 4 in terms of rated key backmen in the competition.
Yeah, well,
it's not the algorithm.
Over the course of the season.
Yes.
Yeah, so they've been very good. Not in this round. So Jeremy Cameron kicked 4 goals directly on Jacob Wiedering. So Jacob Wiedering would not have even counted.
Thanks for coming.
This guy was the only reason Geelong was staved off and held to a nothing. Nick Haynes with the 5 votes.
Wow.
He was
His first votes ever?
His first votes, I actually can't remember if he got any last year, but was all over the park in terms of being dour. Did everything you ask of a defender.
This is the man that the Blues wanted out after the Richmond loss.
Yeah.
He was literally playing on an ice rink with ice skating.
Had one less intercept mark than Vlosten did last week.
Is that right?
Yep. He was doing everything you ask of a dour defender. Right. So Nick Haynes gets you 5 votes there in what has been a flawless presentation of the Jack Buckley medal leaderboard. Jaiden, let's hit the leaderboard after round 7. Sam Taylor on 16 votes, still ahead of the pack. Sam Collins and Jack Payne tied second on 9. Harris Andrews, Jeremy Howe jumps up to tied 4th. fifth, standalone Darcy Moore, and then Tom McDonald and the boy, Charlie Comben, my guy out of North Melbourne on 5 votes, rounding out your top, I think that might be 7 or 8.
Can I just say, Jack Buckley was absolutely sizzling in their game. Like,
he won play of the game from the Giants.
Yeah, had heaps of touches. 21.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was very, very good.
Not good enough for votes.
Not good enough for votes. So I'm obviously not going to give away what the algorithm is.
No, it's complicated.
It's a very complicated algorithm, but like there are some things that get taken into account.
Winning and losing.
Winning and losing gets taken into account. Like you get more votes, or your score is higher if you win. Your score is lower if you lose. You have to do a lot of other things exceptionally well to score well, because backs win premierships. You have to do a lot of other things exceptionally well to poll in losing games.
I'm backing it in, mate. Really good.
Well done, Thank you. Yeah, well done.
Well done. Well, boys. Have you got one more in you?
Yeah, I got one more.
Okay, here we go. We're going to skip ahead, Jaiden. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about the Dockers now. It was a perfect 10 coaches' votes for Andrew Brayshaw in their drubbing of the Adelaide Crows on a Friday night. He's now 1 vote behind Sidebottom and Dacos for the top spot overall in the coaches' votes. Hammer, should the rest of the league be taking notice of your brother and the Dockers?
Well, the rest of the league should be taking note of the Dockers. I think they're starting to really fire. I hope they just
Saints
leave
next
Andrew.
week. Saints next week.
Yeah, they'll win that. Just leave Andrew. Don't worry about it. Caleb's good. Watch him. Go to him. I think if you're going to put any attention to anyone at Freo, go to him. Andrew, he's just getting there.
I don't reckon. Yeah, I know you're worried about him getting tagged, but he's not getting tagged. He is working his ass off. I've watched him so closely the last 3 weeks, basically because I've had him captain in my dream team.
I had him captain in mine this week.
He is working his ass off defensively too. So I don't know if you tag that. I don't think you go into a game going, gee, I'm going to stop the work rate guy.
No,
you stop the clearance. Hayden Young.
You stop the clearance guy. You stop the clearance guy.
Then you worry about Tracy. Worry about Jordan Clark for the back line. Matty Johnson's playing well.
The only reason you might stop Andrew is he is leading the competition for score involvements. Nah. He's number 1 in the comp for score involvements.
Who cares about those?
Yeah,
I'm on team don't tag Andy.
Yeah, I'm on team don't tag Andy too. But
you're not getting any scores, is he?
No,
he's just involved in them.
He's just involved in them. So why would you tag the guy who gets the scores? He is. I watched the game on the weekend, and that was, I think, the third. So he's played 150 odd games now. That was the third best game I can ever remember him playing.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
He was just.
He was everywhere. He was on the ground for like 90%.
He was everywhere. He was like dancing. He had the dancing shoes on. It was like cutting in and out of stops and bursting.
He kept like stopping and going the other way. It was
like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't do this.
Who was doing that yesterday? Oh, the Wizard Watson.
Yeah, I was like, mate, you don't do this. What are you doing? He's just gone one way, stopped, gone the other way, burst, got a handball, got a back kick. I was like, what is that?
Like it.
Where the fuck's that come from? He was exceptional.
Freo back.
Freo back. Yeah, Freo well and truly back. Like, I knew they were... I tipped him, obviously. I tip him most weeks, but...
I forgot to put our tips in.
My gosh.
We are back to 213th.
That makes me feel sick.
That's
230.
$2,100. It's $2,200.
$2,300.
We'll get it back.
234th. So I apologise.
We'll get him back.
Someone did get 9 this week.
Yeah, 9 2-point margin.
Crazy.
AJ's tips or AP's tips? AL's tips.
Actually, let's
have a cart of shelters on their house. Yeah. But yeah, they're well and truly back. I think if they play like that and just like break lines to kick the ball long and not fuck around with too many stupid handballs under pressure, they will be very hard to stop.
They short kicked a lot more on the weekend than they usually have, and they kept the ground massive, which meant that on defense, when they turned it over, they were able to defend against it.
Yep.
It was like Adelaide were looking up and going, oh, where the fuck do we go? They kept looking up and just numbers everywhere.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, they were well and truly
all the way back.
Josh Tracy's a fucking animal.
Beast.
Isn't he? Just a huge man.
The big kahuna.
He's big for
up too.
Yeah, doesn't he? He's big for a reason.
I went to that game. It was the first Freo game I've been to in a very, very long time.
You lost on the way. Oh, sorry.
Noticed the crowd has this light simmer of I don't know what it is, just pensive fear the entire time.
Lose?
Like when good things happen, the crowd goes crazy and it's great. But for the rest of it, there's this like, I don't know, this unsure willingness to cheer for anything.
Is that right? And
it just
what West Coast just sit there clapping?
Just screaming at everything, yeah, like good or bad. But Fremantle was very much just like wait and see because we don't want to celebrate too early.
Yeah. So, there is that fear that they'll just lose. That's okay.
That's fine. Hammer, I'm going to just keep going, rolling. Quick shout out. We did say AP's tips did win the weekly tipping this week, 9 right margin 2. Also, Dockers stopped that, or whatever their name is. Zenith H please contact us. You're a round 5 winner, and we can't find your details. So if you're listening to this,
what's their
get in
name
touch
on
with us.
there? It's like
Zenith H.
Zenith H and their team name.
Dockers stop at, and then I think the name's too long that it wouldn't give us the full name.
Perfect.
So you'll know who you are. Not many. I can't imagine there's many Dockers stop at.
If you want a free slab of shelters, just email us and say my name's Zenith, and you probably get a slab of shelters.
All right, let's keep rolling through. Vision of Ken
You just leave it in
Hinkley
there too, Hamish.
and Ross Lyon giving players a bit of talking
this
to
'cause
has
I
been
listened
doing
to
the
this
rounds,
one.
with some calling Ross's spray a little too far. Boys, what's our takes here on Lyon? And I mean, it wasn't really much of a spray from Hinkley, but definitely the spray from Lyon.
Literally, anyone who looks at the Ross Lyon footage of him with Hugo Garcia and think that's a little too far, or if it's the wrong player to make an example of, this is Hinkley v Horn Francis, which is, I have a different opinion on this one.
This one here.
Ross Lyon, mate, this is minimal. This is him calling out a player because he's been poor defensively as a half-forward flanker. He spoke about it in the press conference after, said exactly what he told him. This is elite AFL football. This is not...
If you take offence at that and you think, oh, that's too harsh, go and fucking play T-ball. Go and do something else, because that is... Hugo Garcia wasn't great. They subbed him out halfway through the second quarter because he was not fitting their game style and they were getting smacked.
I heard some saying, you can't speak to that.
Yes,
it's going to ruin him for life. Mate, I guarantee you he'll never
be better
forget
from
that,
that,
and he'll be better from it.
Absolutely, he'll be better from that.
And do you think that Ross Lyon would know his players better than maybe any media commentator? I reckon he would. So I'm going to back in Ross Lyon to speak how he wants to his players. And I'm going to make everyone else who's criticising him shut the hell up, because Ross Lyon knows how to deal with his players. He has got the relationship with them.
Yep.
And he wouldn't be doing it just shooting off. He wouldn't just be like, I'm just going to go spray the boys here.
Hey, Hugo, mate, fuck you.
Yeah,
He's not going to say that.
It's highly educated, highly, what I'm looking for, measured. He would be making that decision 20 minutes prior to that. I'm going to cook him here. This is what I'm going to do. This is why I'm going to do it. I'm going to sub him. It would have been highly
Because
calculated.
he'll respond better than a quiet talking to. He knows, like you're saying with the players.
I'll tell you who knows. Ross Lyon will know that.
But I'll tell you what, this is another thing in high performing and elite sporting environments. The whole idea of know your players and know when to talk and yep, this guy's going to respond better to this guy's going to respond better to that. That is all well and good. But if you're in the heat of a game, sometimes it doesn't matter how a guy's going to respond. You have to do that.
And then you follow up.
That exact thing that Ross Lyon did had to be done. And I'm sure he would have said to Hugo afterwards or after the game or the next day, he would have had an actual sit-down conversation that wouldn't have been yelling.
It's just the dumbest thing ever to criticise that, because
so stupid.
Ross Lyon guaranteed would have followed up with that, and they may have sat down for an hour today and been like, we need to break down how your game went. They might have. I'm guaranteeing you, they watched Vision. They would have got an assistant coach in.
Yep.
They'd be trying to make him better. It's just the dumbest thing ever to say that's wrong.
So what about the Hinkley one? Yeah,
Hinkley v Horn Francis. That's about as bad as it gets from Horn Francis.
Did you see Kane Corn saying that he thought he was finished? He's clearly still talking.
Oh, shut up, Kane.
Kane just loves Horner.
Kane's lost the plot with his defence of Horn Francis.
I respect it.
Rosie Butters. Butters literally grabs him in a headlock and pulls him back in. Sammy Pepper's in there putting an ear in. You can see him off to the side. Old mate at the back there is looking and listening. Mate, Rosie's pissed off. He looks back at. He's like, mate, I'll talk to him. Just let him calm down. He's emotionally off the Richter there, which is fair enough. He's just been in melee.
That is,
you can't walk away from the coach.
You can't do that. That is so shit. Yes, he's a gun, but
I need one of those lip reading people to be able to look at what Ken's saying.
The fact that Zach Butters, who is the most aggressive and tapped unit in the comp, has just grabbed you and said, fuck off, mate. You need to listen. Get back here. That should be as telltale sign that he's certainly not finished speaking if the other two are standing waiting in a minute, come back because he's not done.
Alir is there.
Yeah.
It's this is classic.
I'm just going to take a few steps to
Look,
listen.
Matty Lloyd, I saw Matty Lloyd say, this is droppable.
I don't think that it's a good look.
I mean, if you want to lose
it's
games,
fucking horrible.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that to John Worsfold as a second-year player. I can tell you that right now.
No, it's a horrible look.
I'm not doing it to Simo. I'm not doing it to Hamish Brayshaw.
Yeah.
If any of my kids at Aquinas did that, I'd start them on the bench at the minimum.
I'd belt someone.
Would you make a example of him and potentially be a worse team because of it?
You could. I'm not saying drop him.
Nah, I would say if I'm in that position and I'm Ken Hinkley, do whatever you want because you're getting lynched at the end of the year. But I would say I'd take him away in the week and say, mate, if you ever do that again, you're not playing.
Yep.
If you ever if you ever disrespect me as your coach again, I've only got 15 more games. I'm going to sack you. I'm going to lynch you with me.
Ken's parting gift is in the lynching.
Yeah, like I'd be like, I'm going to drop you. Do not ever think you can do that again.
You get off the training, Captain Courageous. You lost on the weekend.
Yeah, we were shit.
Okay.
Perth were very good, to their credit.
Constable and Parfitt. Pick them both up.
Constable's a fucking...
Then you don't have to play them in finals.
Yeah, that'd be good. If anyone is, like... If any AFL team is short of or even just wants a good mid, Brandon Parfitt is so fucking good at football. He's so fit. Yeah, West Coast. But like, yes, West Coast, because West Coast aren't very good, and he would be a great addition to a midfield that needs some depth.
You're saying he'd be good to a good team as
well.
But
like, he would be really good to a good team. He's 27, just turned 27. He's fit as he's ever been. He's a premiership player.
You're going to win now side.
If you want to win now side to add a little bit extra, like, that's a good idea.
We're talking Collingwood.
Please.
Talking Carlton. He'd be good at Carlton.
He'd be very good at Carlton.
Slow midfield.
Yeah, imagine that.
We're talking... Shut up, Jan. We're talking... Let's change this stage.
Adelaide?
Imagine
him jumping in Adelaide's midfield.
They've got a couple of good quick guys in there, though.
Yeah, well, they got Rankin, they got Saligo. Yeah, but like, imagine that. Saligo, and he just jumps in there with Dawson.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
All right, we're gonna. I'm sorry, Hamish, but you're gonna miss out on calling someone here. We've got this email. I'm gonna read it out to you. So lock in here. Hey, BackChat fam. For some godforsaken reason, my husband, an avid BackChat and Footycast listener, was recently told he has a voice for radio, and he won't shut up about it. To him, it's basically like being told he's the second coming and will save all of humanity with his booming voice. He's not loud. He's just projecting his voice. He brings it up every second he gets, and he's considering a change of career, which is a horrible idea. He'll probably end up on some podcast and become some sort of washed up social media tryhard.
Yeah, literally like the rest of us.
Anyway, any chance you guys could cold call him and test out his radio voice? I'll let you guys be the verdict. If he could consider dropping his law career, please, mate. You got a family. Don't drop your law career behind the mic. Apparently, he's been told he has a face for radio. Please let him down easy. His number is, and I'm not gonna read that out. And his name's Zach. So
tell me what we're doing here. I'm happy to partake, but I can just tell this could just go so bad.
Well, we're just going to get him on speaker here.
Yeah.
And we'll give him 15 seconds.
But I was like barely listening. So
basically, he thinks someone's told him he's got a voice for radio.
Okay.
So he's going to pick up. We're going to say, hey, how you going? It's BackChat. We just wanted to check in. Tell us about your day. And if we think it's good...
Oh, so we're not saying you've got 30 seconds to wow us.
No. We're just like, hey, we just wanted to catch up, see how your day was going. Because I don't want him to have some sort of, I don't want him to try. I just want his natural voice. All right? So this could be horribly bad. And
I want to put him to the test. No, I guess we're just going to do it.
Might also not pick up.
Okay. He's probably studying law.
You might need to be a bit loud with your... Oh, hey, Zach. It's Dan here from BackChat.
Are you doing a marathon right now, Zach?
What are you doing, Zach?
I'm just running, fellas.
Oh, you're just running.
Oh, brilliant. What kilometre are you in, Zach?
Zach, so hey, this is like the worst opportunity to call you.
Oh, fuck.
But no, we just wanted to see how you're going and just check in. But it sounds like you're really busy. Perhaps we can call you at another time.
Yeah, can do. I'll have 5 minutes from finishing the run if you want.
Nah, it's all good, mate. I think we got what we need. No, you're good, mate. Exactly what we needed. So thanks, Zach. Have a good afternoon.
So easy, mate. See ya.
So.
What's wrong with you, bro? That was literally...
the phone I think was in his pocket.
I don't want to even come back on this podcast. Like, that is the most fucked thing of all time.
I will let the... Perhaps. So we got some comments here. Zach is running through the Bellingallo State Forest. Hi, this is BackChat. Yeah, this is how we should have...
You should have started with, hello, this is Jake Waterman here. I think that would have actually been good.
So, Zach, I don't know. I think whoever sent... didn't actually get the name of the person who sent that email in. But look, I think that was a really good way to figure out if someone can talk on a podcast. What do you reckon?
Feel? Like, how do you
I
feel
feel
that
fine.
went?
Mate, I spent the better half of 4 days calling random people until someone with my name picked up. So I've called many people.
That's right up there with, for me at least, ordering things off menu, sending back items to the kitchen because it's not cooked to your liking.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Asking for assistance in any shop. Like, I just hate those sort of interactions.
Do you know what's also in that? What's the best price you can do?
Oh, no, I don't mind negotiating.
No, but straight off the bat, what's the best price you can give me? That's the worst question.
No, I'm just saying it wasn't the worst question. The feeling that you gave me just then was so awkward. Like, that was never going to end any other way. And when he picks up and he's literally doing the Ballarat Marathon,
it would have been fine.
You could tell that it was either running or something else. And if Hammer was here, I'm sure he'd be pointing out exactly what he thought he was doing.
Someone here on YouTube, Roy, says worst segment in 2025.
Yeah, that's correct, Roy. And that's saying something as well.
I blame Jaiden. Someone's blaming Jaiden on YouTube.
I sort of blame Jaiden as well.
Foss Jam says best segment ever.
Yeah, I feel like that sort of fits right into today's proceedings. And you've set us down this path, Jaiden. Like, you've sent us right
We
down.
do have some fines.
Would you like to apologise?
Yeah, happy to cop that one. That was on me.
I also... Okay, that's fine. I
actually sent that email.
Yeah, thank you, Jaiden. To lift our spirits a little bit, why don't we hear some fines? I know we got a few. There's three here. Yeah.
Great.
You got your headphones?
I would like to.
You're good.
Yeah, I just heard the worst segment of all time. I've got my headphones on. They're still in.
G'day, legends. Ivan Hard here, and I'm just fining West Coast $3 for not playing Tom Gross, Clay Hall, or Luca Grego in the midfield.
Yes.
When we have 50-point losses every week, maybe we should play our young players, but that's just me, lads. Cheers.
Yeah, that's fine.
You, Joel.
Yeah, great. And a nice little addition there.
$3. Did you just great? Like
Gross 27 touches on the weekend.
One of the biggest businesses in Western Australia.
Yeah, $5.
Three.
Was it 3?
It was a $3 fine. It's just brilliant. Get some more fines in, please. How do you do it? backchatpodcast.com.au. Go to fines.
Yep.
Press record on your phone. Like, it'll take you 2 seconds.
Done.
I want more on the weekend. Like, you're watching just the performance West Coast putting out, or you're watching your mighty Giants rip someone apart, or something happens. You see a defender do something. I want more interactions. Fine Oscar Allen for getting his pants pulled down by Marby or Chol.
Hey boys, it's Dixie here. Dixie has gone flaccid because you have failed to go through with the Pelican fish and chip party. It's absolutely piss poor from you blokes. Frankly, I'm shattered. Especially you, Sco. You eat, fish and chips 8-9 times a week?
Yeah, true.
Fuck's sake, just get down there, support your local business, and get to the Pelican. It's going to be a $16.50 fine. That's enough for me to get a beer battered flake and a few chips down at the Pelican.
Good.
All right, so that's fair
true.
feedback.
That's like, I love beer, right? And if I worked right next to a brewery and I never went there, then I would take that on board. Just like you. You love fish and chips. You work next door to a fish and chip shop.
Can I add
I've never seen you walk foot into it. Yeah. I've seen you walk past many times and never take a step inside the shop.
So I'm on the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Which you know.
Yep.
And I think I've lost 16 kilos.
16
in 2.5 months. Energy's never been better. I've completely gone off carbs. Like, I just not other than beer. I'm on carnivore plus beer.
Yeah,
is what I'm doing.
Beernivore.
I'm not a lunatic.
Yeah,
I just want to lose some weight.
Yep.
So we've got the carnivore plus beer. I'm off carbs. I'm off sugar. I'm killing it. Right. Energy's never been better. Fish and chips don't fit into that diet.
No,
I know the fish does, but the batter that is 80% of that meal does not fit into the carnivore diet. So I'm happy to pick it up. I did see that Moby did a DJ set in a fish and chippery.
Yes.
I feel like there should be some sort of local DJ that would play a set in
Fisher.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But this goes back to the best segment of all time that we ever did just then with Zach, who's just going to be shattered with that interaction, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry, Zach.
Can you imagine how awkward it's going to be if we're rolling in for a fish and chip party at the Pelican? Maybe we should just book it out and have one night there. And we just go there and we have fish and chips. But the thing is, we don't think it's very good.
No, we don't know that. It just hasn't been marketed well. I'd say that. I don't think the marketing's been done properly, but it could be Perth's best fish and chips.
I'm happy to commit to having a day there. I'm not organising it. I'm not approaching I'm not having the conversation with them. In fact, when I go there, I don't want to talk to the owner.
Why not?
I don't want to get babooed. I don't. Right? It's a Seinfeld reference.
Very bad man.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. Okay. I'm not trying to set him up for failure. but I'm happy to do it. But I'm not organising it.
Do you like?
If someone wants to organise it, I'm in.
Do you like tartare sauce?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm a bit more of a mayo operator with my shark.
Okay.
And not like crappy mayo, like we're talking Japanese mayo.
Oh, you're Kewpie.
Bit of homemade, like, you know, fish and chip places that make their own mayo.
Oh, right. Hey, did you ever make mayo at home?
No. Again, I'm not a lunatic.
All right, I think we've got one more fine.
Hey guys, got a $50 fine.
50
for 2 reasons to the West Coast Eagles Football Club.
Great.
The first reason would be the selections. We've got Tom Cole running around like a fucking headless chook. If I see him slip in the goal square one more time, I'm going to fucking lose it. And we have Bo Allen and Tom Gross sitting back in the waffle, playing like fucking maniacs. And then point number 2 would be the football club as a whole. We've made Mabio Cho look like Pride and Buddy Franklin. And we have Tom Barrass playing the forward goal square against us. So, yeah, when's it going to end? Cheers, guys.
Really good find. Really good. I thought I heard the Birds of Tokyo.
Yeah, I thought it was
song.
there too.
Did you hear that?
I thought it was.
It could have been.
It could have been playing in the background.
Maybe it's just stuck on loop in my brain. They are brilliant finds. All of those. Keep them coming. I like this segment. This is my favourite segment.
Yeah, it's good.
I'd really like to add Donut Chat or Donut Watch to the mix as well.
Okay. Can I throw something out there that hasn't been talked about already? We have been a worse football club since dropping the Birds of Tokyo song.
Yeah, so what does that mean to you?
Is it time that we bring back the Birds of Tokyo theme song? Because ever since we've dropped it, it's been... No, I saw that before. I don't want to talk about that. Do you want to see... Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
Who he blames?
Who?
Okay, so the Catman, we're speaking that you can see on YouTube right now, the Geelong Catman, he has gone on a 30-minute tyrant blaming the weather lady.
The goal or two, we would have won that match because, and I blame, now hear me out, Jane Bunn, because that weather woman, which she predicted all week, and I've been watching this all week, she's been predicting 5 to 10 mil, 5 to 8 mil, rain today, and then suddenly there's no rain. So the boys, Geelong boys, have been prepping for a wet weather game. So they got taken by surprise because they listened to that stupid weather bill, Jane Bunn.
So I would say that's a $2 fine to Jane Bunn for costing them.
Oh, for living in Geelong.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect?
That, by the way, if you're just listening to this, that was a man dressed head to tail as a cat, and he called himself the Catman. And when I say head to tail, like, he eats cat food, he climbs up trees and he hisses and carries on. So it's not an overly credible source of information as to why Geelong lost on the weekend.
We don't condone his actions.
So would you like to see Birds of Tokyo song
I reckon bring Birds of Tokyo back.
You reckon bring them back?
Bring back the song. We
contacted Birds of Tokyo, just for everyone's knowledge and everyone listening along. We contacted both the singer and the drummer. Can we speak about those conversations?
Yeah, I called the drummer.
We got both of their numbers.
Yeah, so I called him, and because I was a journo in my time, and so I'm used to calling people.
Bit of a head wobble.
Yeah, journalist. It's nice 60 little K.
Cod.
At the ABC. Little woke lefty over here. So I'm used to cold calling people. Like, I get their number, I say, oh, hey, sorry to bother you, but I want to talk to you about the Birds of Tokyo song. He wasn't up for it.
So you rang the drummer.
Do you know what it was? It was bad timing. He goes, mate, I'm sort of dealing with something else at the moment. I was like, oh, okay. He goes, yeah, my my town's basically being flooded from a hurricane. So if you wouldn't mind letting me get back to that. I was like, okay. Sorry, mate. Sorry about that, mate. I didn't realise you were busy filling sandbags to protect your home. So yeah, that comment didn't go well.
It feels very much like the Brett Lee conversation we had.
Gosh, it's 2 a.m, mate. What are you doing calling me? Brett, you're in India. Why are you picking up the phone?
Nick Westall, former producer of the show, is definitely watching. I saw on the weekend. He's a very good man. I gave him Brett Lee's number. I said, mate, call him. I want him as a guest. Just like I did with the drummer. I said, call him. I want him as a guest. Brett Lee was in India at 4 a.m. and took Nick's call. G'day, Brett. It's Nick Westall here. Probably haven't heard from
BackChat.
From BackChat. Just wondering if you're available for and Brett's like, hello. Who is this? How'd you get my number? It's like, oh, sorry, Brett, it's Nick from BackChat. Said, mate, it's 4 a.m. here. So, mate, am I able to give you a call back another time? Mate, it was a brilliant phone call, but I don't think Brett was overly keen on coming on the pod. We haven't heard from Brett since, actually.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. I think that's all we have time for this week.
Talked a bit of jargon at the back.
West Coast have their chance to win the first game at home this Saturday night against Melbourne.
No, if you're not going, and the only place you want to watch it is KO, and it's the only place you'll be able to watch it.
That's where I'll be watching it from home because I can't go.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Father's 70th birthday.
Dad's birthday.
So I will be at home watching that on KO because it's the only place you can watch footy. It's just the best place to watch it as well. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win by 25 points. Absolutely.
I think you're not going to win. I think you're going to get beaten by Melbourne here, which is so grim.
No, Matt Flynn's back. Being
did you
one
think
of the best
he actually played well? Or
he did play well. He was literally ranked number 10th player in player ratings across the whole round out of everyone.
So I called this on radio. I was calling for him to be subbed halfway through the second quarter.
He was good. He was good. He actually was good. Can't win a hit out, which you need from your ruckman. But
it's like saying forward can't kick a goal.
He was around the ground. He was active. He was the best game I've ever seen him play for the West Coast Eagles.
I think
champion data backs me up on that. So must be right.
Thanks to our sponsors.
Thanks to our sponsors and partners, Paywise, TABtouch, Shelter, Brewing Co, Whippersnapper, Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, On One Services, and Camera Electronic, making the podcast happen this year. We'll see you next week. Bye.